Hello, I'm Samantha Lawson, and welcome to Ignite News from Mohawk College.
Environmentally sustainable and economically sustainable.
That will most likely have an impact on surgeries in the country.
Hamilton's Fall Garden and Mum Show has recently wrapped up. The show featured a variety of flowers and floral displays. Juan Zambrano has more.
A rainbow of chrysanthemums and other flowers colored Gage Park's greenhouse for Hamilton's annual Fall Garden and Mum Show. The Mum Show is the work of the City of Hamilton's horticulturalists. Marcia Monahan is the Superintendent of Horticulture for the City of Hamilton. She said that this year's Mum Show commemorates a milestone in the event's history.
It's 101 because COVID's, we weren't able to do a proper 100th anniversary last year. So we are trying to celebrate some of the most popular shows over the years by showcasing, let's say, the best features that were in each of those shows.
Flowers aren't the only stars in this show. An elephant, a rock structure, and a small rock waterfall were just some of the creations on display. The show takes 2 weeks to set up, but planning begins months in advance.
Starts planning like come November, we're planning next year's already. And then we also, you'll see there's many large, say the ship and the Mr. Potato Head.
Ryan Tarquinio was visiting the Mum Show with family.
I could tell the City of Hamilton actually did a crazy amount of work to do this. I know they do it every year, but this year I think they outdone themselves.
The Fall Garden and Mum Show runs at Gage Park Greenhouse until October 31st, but this year's tickets are already sold out. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Juan Zambrano.
Hamilton's Cotton Factory hosted a variety of local businesses recently at their fall market. Vendors set up booths to showcase their unique creations to the public. Katrina Rathie has more.
In the courtyard of a historic industrial complex, canopies are set up to protect tables full of merchandise. One small business owner has chosen an orange vintage Volkswagen as their vending station, with their shop featuring custom-made bedazzled jackets and boots. A live DJ plays upbeat music to set the tone for the afternoon. Annette Paymont is the chief alchemist curator of the Cotton Factory. She says an event like this is important for local vendors.
Many of them, they've been working on stuff and they haven't been able to sell their work. So because of the lockdown, many of them don't have a store. A lot of them are just selling on Etsy or on their website. So I thought, well, we should open up a market to give people the opportunity to sell things, maybe get some pre-Christmas shopping, make sure that the vendors can make some money.
The Lemon Bar juice stand offers freshly squeezed fruit juices and other refreshments. Kitchen Island Bakery is serving baked-to-good classics like savory scones and sweet chocolate chip cookies. The pandemic was an opportunity for creativity to flow for some artists, like Antonio Trombadore, creator of Folklore Company, who partnered with Joe Art and Designs for the event.
With COVID, I know myself, I lost my job. So I figured, well, why not go back to something that I love, which was being creative and start making things again. So I went back into artwork, started working with other artists to create products that everyday people can use, right? And good products, so all natural, no chemicals.
A variety of vendors are welcome to rent out space at the market. Some products available for purchase are handmade jewelry, books, bath products, mugs with relatable sayings, knitting creations, and upcycled and vintage clothing. Many small businesses are trying to be mindful of their product's environmental impact. Daniel Tremblay, owner of Mind Your Bees, has focused his brand on the concept of sustainability.
We make primarily beeswax food wraps, so we actually manufacture them right here in the Cotton Factory. We moved here at the beginning of the year and it's been great. So a beeswax food wrap is a natural alternative to saran wrap that you wash and reuse for up to a year. And like I said, that's just one of our products. We have kitchen candles, we have Swedish dishcloths, and our new product is Farashuki gift wraps.
Cold winter weather around the corner will put a halt to outdoor events, but with any luck, the fall market could return to the cotton factory next year. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Katrina Rathie.
Many farms are seeing an increase in business as we head into fall, and Spring Ridge Farms is no exception. Casey Alvarez has the story.
As the days get shorter and the holiday season approaches, farms like Spring Ridge Farm in Milton, Ontario are getting busier each day. With lots of outdoor activities and sights, it's no wonder that people will travel to Milton just to experience all that Spring Ridge has to offer. Nahida Jamal Sharma came to Spring Ridge to bring her son to his first farm.
Well, it's our first time for the little guy. Seeing a pumpkin patch and a farm, and it was nice weather, so we thought we'd just check it out.
Many people also lined up outside of the gift shop, which is a popular spot on the farm. The gift shop offers lots of items like frozen meats and pies, pre-packaged snacks, farm-made sauces, and even early Christmas gifts. While there's always plenty to see and explore inside the shop, even if someone comes to the farm without a goal in mind, there seems to be one major star of the show for visitors.
Just something to do during the fall. Yeah, maybe get pumpkins, carve pumpkins.
Spring Ridge is also the place to go when you just want to experience some cozy fall fun.
Oh, just the atmosphere, pink and pumpkins, something to do on this beautiful day.
Spring Ridge Farm is open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is no entrance fee to the farm, but there are activities that visitors can pay for. Visit springridgefarm.com for more information. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Casey Alvarez.
Canada's Fan Expo returned to Toronto after COVID-19 canceled the event last year. Michaela Komatali has more.
The largest Canadian pop culture event makes its return to Toronto this week, hosting guests such as the Trailer Park Boys, Lucky Grimm, Tara Strong, and David Finch. The event took over the Metro Toronto Convention Centre and lasted the entire week from the 22nd to the 24th of October. Guests have the opportunity to get an autograph or photo from their favorite celebrities and artists and venture into all things pop culture. The expo features a huge show floor for shopping in the booths and merchandise available by artists and superfans. Booth owner and creator of Disappointing Panda, Artie McFly, says conventions have adjusted well.
So far, just convention-wise, I find that a lot of the conventions are adjusting pretty well. They've put in a lot of different protocols to try to keep everybody safe and help make it work so that way people can still enjoy themselves and still be safe, which is great.
The event also features celebrity panels as well as workshops and seminars that guests can participate in. Guests are often dressed up in costumes and cosplay and can even participate in the Cosplay Craftsmanship Cup. The expo's booths sell anything from rare comic books to games, toys, and t-shirts. Event attendee Tantoloa Tajuma says that the expo was a really good time.
I walked around. I saw a lot of cosplayers. They dressed in, according to different fictional characters that took photos with them. It was really nice.
The 3-day event came to a close on Sunday with a sketch duel at 4 p.m. The Fan Expo in Toronto occurs yearly and has high hopes for the year of 2022.
That was Ignite News reporter Michaela Komatale. In other news, a market took place this past weekend at the Burlington Centre to showcase some crafts and creations. Katrina Rathie has more.
Throughout the central walkway of a busy mall, vending stations are arranged with each one featuring a different display of merchandise. The Burlington Centre is the venue of the Spooktacular Finds event this weekend, hosted by the Mom Market Collective. The mom-owned business is a pop-up vendor market that operates across many cities in Canada. Amy Thompson is the co-founder of the Mom Market Collective and director for the Halton Division. She says these markets provide a platform for entrepreneurs to sell their goods and get in touch with the community.
So we do have an application process behind the scenes. It allows for us to just take a look at the businesses, make sure that we are not duplicating what people can shop here today, because we're very passionate about being able to provide a platform that doesn't overlap so there's no competition among vendors and also offers a variety to the community that's shopping.
Products available for purchase included crocheted creations made with alpaca wool from local farms, intricately beaded earrings and bracelets, fragrance products like car diffusers and wax melts, and seasonally scented soy candles. Liberty Young, owner of Simple Bath, a CBD-infused bath and body line, started her business in January of 2021.
We used to use this stuff for ourselves, like we would make it at home, and then one day we put it up on Facebook Marketplace and people just started wanting to buy it. So then we made a page and it just kind of turned into this thing. We did our first market in June and it kind of just snowballed from there.
Many companies are prioritizing sustainable practices. Lauren Ioannou, co-owner of LI Creations, started a repurposing business with her mom in April.
90% of the wood we use is all reclaimed. Everything is handcrafted, one of a kind. There's nothing duplicated on the table, so we kind of promote a lot of that. All of the wood is from construction sites, local in the area, so again, that's why everything's not perfect, which we love.
Julia Davidson, owner of Wicker Blues Candles, is another business owner who is taking part in upcycling.
I just recently started thrifting different jars and repurposing them to kind of have like a recycled line, and they've been doing really well so far. I'm obsessed with them.
Since this event was Halloween themed, little ones attended in their costumes and could trick or treat at each vendor's station. Holly Jolly Holiday is the next Halton Market, located in Georgetown. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Katrina Rathi.
The weather was frightful as a crowd of costumed runners completed their 10K. Even soggy weather couldn't stop them. Mac Flett has the story.
While the crowd may look a little different than your typical lineup of runners, this year's frightening 5 and 10K is a little different than your typical race. These costumed competitors are taking on the challenge to support the Food for Life charity organization, and with COVID restrictions loosened, finally have a chance to run together in person, swapping out their usual masks for something a little more seasonal. While most folks seem outwardly comfortable, despite the positive vibes and friendly atmosphere, there's always a little anxiety being part of a crowd these days, as Mohawk's own debark manager and 4-time champion backwards marathoner Kat Cluley explains.
Yeah, I've done some virtual events, but this is my first one, and I was nervous this morning, oddly.
Disregarding COVID, though, there's still plenty of anxious energy to go around, even for a veteran athlete like Cluley, especially after almost 2 years cooped up indoors.
The nerves of a race, it's been 2 years, and doing it virtually, you don't have a crowd or a start time, you can go when you want, so different.
While it may be nerve-wracking to be out in the world running next to strangers, the steps taken by organizers at VR Pro Races and the Hamilton Yacht Club are more than enough to quell any fears of spreading sickness. In addition to enforcing provincial mask and distancing mandates, runners also set off at staggered intervals, each heat leaving 5 minutes apart to prevent too many people clustering together along the route. It's as safe as can be, and as these athletes travel the scenic waterfront trail, they can take comfort knowing they are too. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Mac Flett.
Bayfront Park was buzzing with runners as McMaster hosted an invitational cross-country meet. I went out and covered the story. The Bayfront Invitational featured men's and women's 8-kilometer varsity races as well as an open co-ed race. The open race was held in distances of 6 kilometers and 8 kilometers and saw participants from high schools as well as independent clubs.
There was a couple really top high school contenders that it was just nice to see kind of where our guys stacked up compared to them, and it's also just nice timing. We're 15 days out from OFSA, so it was kind of the timing of the race worked really well.
Runners were required to show proof of vaccination in order to compete, but masks during their run were not necessary. Attendees were encouraged to maintain physical distancing and wear masks while walking around the park. The ground was soft with recent rainfall, leaving the course difficult to navigate.
It was a mud pile, but it actually went really well. And considering we have another race tomorrow in Brockville, I'm quite happy with it.
Around 150 men and 120 women were registered to compete in the varsity races, coming from 14 to 15 different universities. This was the third race of the season for the McMaster cross-country team. drawing them closer to the championships in London early November.
I think everyone's just hoping to have a good solid effort. So we're 2 weeks out from the Ontario Championships. So we're getting in a good race in preparation for the Ontarios.
The 2021 Ontario University Athletics Cross Country Championships will take place at the Thames Valley Golf Course on Saturday, November 6th. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Samantha Lawson. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us. This was Ignite News from Mohawk College.